CIA and the government is essentially influencing Hollywood and using movies to influence the public, using it as propaganda. The Interview was simply a comedy propaganda. If you can take something as stupid and silly as The Interview and use it as a serious propaganda agent, certainly you can take a serious movie about war and use that to propagandize the American public to think that, hey, you know, it's my tribe versus the other guys. My tribe, right or wrong. Whatever they tell me, I'll go do it. I don't need to have a reason to go to war. I'm just good at it, and I just enjoy it. So that makes it okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't pay to see it.
That's good. That's good. All right, thanks. Let's go to Benny in Florida. Hang on, Benny. We're going to come back to you. We got to take a break. We're going to come back with your calls. We got Benny in Florida. We got Lauren in Ohio. We got Sean in Austin. We're going to be right back with the Alex Jones Show.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Every year we make resolutions to lose weight and get in shape. And the truth is, it's hard, even with diet and exercise, because of toxic food and our environment that is stressing our bodies more than ever before. Working with experts in nutrition and biochemistry, I found that super high-quality nutraceuticals, in addition to my diet and exercise, were the answers that synergistically worked. I can see the drastic changes every day with the amount of weight I've lost, my increased stamina, and more of a twinkle in my eye. That's why we are now so excited to launch the InfoWars Life Resolution Pack, combining 3 essential formulations: oxygen-based cleanser Oxy Powder, the Secret 12 bioavailable vitamin B12, and your choice of super female or super male vitality. Now all available at a discounted price to you and your family to bring in the new year and make 2015 a true success. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. 2015 is the year to do it, and it all starts at InfoWarsLife.com.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
InfoWarsLife.com. Check it out today. I have set out to bring you the most hardcore, cutting-edge supplements and nutraceuticals, bar none. And that's what you'll find at InfoWarsLife.com. We have rejected literally hundreds of products from the InfoWars Life line because they are not of the very highest quality, or because they're not 100% organic, or because they don't pass all of the strictest toxicology tests there are that we have listed at InfoWarsLife.com. Whether it's Survival Shield Nascent Iodine or DNA Force, Super Male Vitality, Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Oxy Powder. I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com and believed in us and tried the products. Folks, check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
Welcome back to The Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, host today. We're going to be talking to Sean in Austin about American Sniper. He's just seen it. I wanted to comment on that as we were talking about the CIA and Hollywood, how Hollywood is used to shape public opinion, not only in America, but abroad, and how if you cross them, you might wind up like this one writer did, dead without your hands. I guess they said, you want to be a writer, huh? You type this stuff out? How can you do that without any hands? And then pitch the guy's car into the water. Nevertheless, before we go back to your calls, we're going to go to Sean in Austin, then we'll go to Benny in Florida. I want to point out that we have a special ProPure free shipping for January and 10% off. It's keyword water, and you can find that at InfoWarsStore.com. That's on our full systems. That's the Traveler, the Nomad, the Big, and the King size. That's 10% off and free shipping, and that's just for the month of January. Let's go to Sean in Austin. Sean, you said you saw American Sniper?
Yeah, I just got back from seeing it a little bit ago.
And what's your take?
It was, I wasn't sure what I was supposed to get out of it. It, obviously he did a lot of crazy stuff, but they definitely did a good job of painting the Iraqis as savages, as what they actually called them in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And what I thought was really interesting was before the movie, there was a preview for another film where all the police were turned into robots, like artificial intelligence robots. And, there was one robot that had all these feelings and everything, and we were supposed to feel, empathy for this robot that they were hunting down. It almost seemed like they were trying to get us ready for artificial intelligence and robot police, things like that.
Well, they've been doing that for quite some time. I mean, go back to the original RoboCop. You had Ed 209, and then you had RoboCop, which was kind of a singularity, if you will. I mean, he's half man, half robot. So they lay these things down, and, of course, that's part of what the CIA does with Hollywood. They lay these narratives down if they're concerned about the global economy. As I mentioned earlier, the Saudis only had to maintain production in order to cause the price of oil to drop by half. Why is that? Because the global economy is in such severe decline. We've seen since 2011, commodities go down by 47%. We've seen commodities go down, a basket of commodities that Bloomberg tracks, it's about 26 different commodities. We've seen that go down 47% since 2011. 26% has come in the last few months, just in the last 6 months. A large part of that was oil, but it's all commodities are going down. At the same time, we see consumer prices going up. So we see deflation in a lot of commodities that are used if you're going to be building durable goods, if you're building infrastructure, if you're building manufacturing capacity. But of course, we're seeing a kind of stagflation with consumer prices going up, but nobody building any infrastructure, and the economy continuing to go down, as the World Bank says, because of, in spite of the drop in oil. So when we look at this, Sean, one of the ways that they're going to respond to this, if we go into severe economic decline, if we go into depression, of course, that's going to be pushing for wars outside of the country as well as inside the country. So you see stories like American Sniper, where I guess they push American exceptionalism. We're supposed to follow this because it's our government, right or wrong. They don't talk about the cause of the wars. They don't talk about why we were there. Just this guy does what he does, and he's good at it. And we should all celebrate that, I guess. But when you look at what's happening with the police, certainly on the timeline, not too distant future, they're not going to need human police. They are going to have robot Ed 209s, and that's what we really need to be concerned about.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot easier to control a robot than a person, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was just I didn't, like I said, I didn't really know what to take away from the American Sniper film, because it seemed like all they did was portray the Iraqis as savages and terrible people. You know, they never even talked about like a mission or a plan or anything like that. It was basically just going out and killing people, and their only justification was, you know, protecting their own guys, which I can understand. But at the same time, it's like, if we don't have a plan, why are we even there?
Yeah, and the previous caller pointed out that he's watching a news report about the Twin Towers on September 11th. I mean, have they ever made a connection between that and Iraq? I mean, we were told there were weapons of mass destruction. We never heard anything about. We're still waiting for the explanation as to why Bush put us into that war. We've realized that a lot of the explanations that we were given were simply lies and manipulations, but I guess we're supposed to just go along with this and not have a problem, because whatever Chris Kyle did was something that needed to be done, and we need to all follow our government's orders and go to war wherever and whenever they tell us. Thanks, Sean. Let's go to Benny in Florida. You said you want to comment on today's stories. Go ahead.
Hey, David. How's it going? Can you hear me pretty well?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so just talking regarding the military, CIA influence in the media, I call movies like American Sniper like military worship, and it's like a new category nowadays.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a recovering 2-time Bush voter that I repented to God from now about what it did and what I helped influence with that vote or those votes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big problem.
So are you gonna vote for Jeb if he runs?
No, definitely not. And I'm actually way far out now. I don't even know if I'm going to even vote or deregister or vote. I'm considering becoming stateless.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as that's concerned, you know, that's all just a ruse, and just to kind of all the people that are watching football right now, just to kind of saturate their subconscious. But it's not going to work on me.
It's amazing that we're going to, it appears, have choices of Mitt Romney and Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. Looks like those are going to be our choices as we come up. And it's like, can't we get somebody who hasn't been proven to be a part of criminal operations? I mean, you got the Clintons' connections with the drug cartels in Mena, Arkansas. You've got the suicides that took place around them. Look at how many people died around them. And, of course, as we were talking about earlier, the Panama invasion and the many things that we've seen from both of the Bush administrations. I think the two words that ought to end the Jeb Bush candidacy are Terry Schiavo. So many people on the right want to support him. So many Christians want to support them. And yet they give them a free pass on arresting people who wanted to give this poor lady that was being essentially executed by a probate judge, arresting people who would come there trying to give her food, trying to give her even a drink of water. To me, that was one of the most criminal things I have ever seen, because, you know, as Joseph Stalin said, the death of one person is a tragedy, the death of a million people is a statistic. It's hard to get your head around the massive numbers of people that have been killed with these drone assassinations and other things that were not necessary, the innocent civilians. But when you see one particular story like that, it's so touching to me to see somebody essentially starved to death and people who try to help her be arrested. And, of course, Jeb was governor. He could have stepped in and done something to stop that over that probate judge. And barring that, even his brother, who was president at the time, could have done something. We had Eisenhower step in for the integration situations. A lot of the schools stepped in over the authority of the governor there to try to make things peaceful as part of the civil rights movement. Certainly they could do this to help one individual, but they don't. We're going to be right back with your calls. Stay with us. We're going to be going to Lauren in Ohio and Tony in Missouri. We'll be right back.
Every year we make resolutions to lose weight and get in shape. And the truth is, it's hard, even with diet and exercise, because of toxic food in our environment that is stressing our bodies more than ever before. Working with experts in nutrition and biochemistry, I found that super high-quality nutraceuticals, in addition to my diet and exercise, were the answers that synergistically worked. I could see the drastic changes every day with the amount of weight I've lost, my increased stamina, and more of a twinkle in my eye. That's why we are now so excited to launch the InfoWars Live Life Resolution Pack, combining 3 essential formulations: oxygen-based cleanser Oxy Powder, the Secret 12 bioavailable vitamin B12, and your choice of Super Female or Super Male Vitality. Now all available at a discounted price to you and your family to bring in the new year and make 2015 a true success. That's InfoWars Life.